Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty, and this is episode 207.
And I'm Allena, and this is June 28th. We thought we would podcast because all the kids are gone in both houses. So this is our weekly / bi-monthly podcast. Welcome if you're a regular, and if you're new, thanks for checking us out, and I hope you stay.
So pull up a chair, grab your knitting, and craft along with us. It looks like none of us have mojo, knitting and crochet wise.
No.
But what about spinning or whips? Are you?
I do. I haven't actually touched the socks since we last podcast, but I am finishing up this test crochet.
That's so cute.
It's a hedgehog. So I just have to finish the second round on the body, and then I have to give it ears, and then I have to take pictures, and I'll be done.
Awesome.
So I've been carrying this around and doing it as my carry-around project. Oh, what happened to my... I don't know what happened to my crochet hook, so I can't actually finish it right now. I have to go find my crochet hook.
Okay.
So it's probably in the car because we spent a lot of time in the car, so.
That's awesome. It's super cute. I like it a lot.
Yeah, but that's all that I'm working on currently.
I have okay, so I have my dad's socks and my Find Your Fade shawl that I still haven't worked on in over a month, I would say. I just haven't had that knitting feeling, which is silly. But we can move on to You Spin Me Right Round. I'm spinning.
Okay. So spinning, I'm currently applying my mashup. Can you see this down here? So this is my bulky bobbin, and it's a mashup of 8 ounces. So I spun the purple, and then I spun the green, and then I'm plying it. And I'm at the ply and wind on stage, which is not my favorite. So that's what I'm doing, spinning. I also cleaned alpaca fleece, and it dried, and it was about 5 pounds, I think. And then it might have been 2 alpaca fleeces. And then some of it was so, like, it had so much, like they must use cypress or pine bedding, like, you know, for, like, hamsters, but not, or maybe it was cedar, because it was, like, the chips of it. And there was so much in parts of the fleece that I just threw it away, because I'm like, I don't have time to pick this all out. And there was still a bunch in it. I have to say, like, alpacas are cute and soft, but I am not liking their fiber that much, just because it's so gross and dirty, and not like sheep gross. It's just like dirty, and yeah.
Maybe they didn't take care of them all that well. Or I know at the yarn shop that I go, they have alpaca and mostly llamas, but they blow them off. They have this like huge blower that they blow them off, like their fur off or wool off, before they shear them, so it gets a lot of the dust and stuff.
They probably did it, because this was fiber I got from mom's cousin, so maybe they didn't do it, and so it was gross. And then while I was doing that, I had put the sheep fleece that I showed you, the down sheep. I put that in Bella's pool just to soak, like cold soak, because it was pretty dirty and gross. And so that like soaked and got off most of the dirt and the poop and stuff. So I like dumped that out and then cleaned that fleece, and it's outside drying right now. But that one was also given to me, and there was a lot of second cuts, so it looks like a sheep exploded all over my lawn because there's so many little like tufts. And I'm just like, I don't even care. But yeah, so that's drying, and I'm not sure how much that I'll actually get from that, like how much poundage I'll get from that.
Yeah.
But I went through, like I told you last week I wanted to, I went through and I updated on Ravelry all of my stash from Fiber Stash, and then I updated my hand spun, and I found two, which I know I got them these hand spuns from different swaps, but I don't remember, and I'm sure that they told me when they gave them to me how much yardage and what they were, but I don't remember, and I didn't write it down, or if I did write it down, I can't find it, and I don't remember who gave them to me. I think the one was from Jaji Girl. Purple. It's hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, I think, was either Mom of Peg or Josie Bug spun me that, or maybe DJ however you say hers, DJ Majur. And that one's like green, and so I'm gonna post it on like Instagram and see if they can tell me.
Do you know this wool?
Yeah. So yeah, but I organized all that. So all of my fiber and hand spun is up on Ravelry now.
That's awesome.
And I feel better for it. And so while I was doing that, I pulled out other alpaca that I have that I cleaned like a while ago. And I pulled out some mystery wool that you gave me, which we think is Wensleydale, right? And I think I'm going to use drum carder and blend them together and see what I get. Because, you know, like if you spin alpaca by itself, it gets really dense.
It does.
So I wanted to try to blend it with something.
No, that's cool. How long is the mystery one? Is the staple length really long?
But when I was doing that, I had some like other mystery fibers, and I was like, I think this is cotton or silk. So I pulled up this like diagram, like does it burn and self-extinguish, and then like you do like yes and no, and so I was burning one, and one was like silk, and then the other one I was like, I don't know if this is silk or cotton or what. So I did that one, and it burned so fast it scared the crap out of me. So like cotton like burns really fast and turns into like dust a little bit, and I was like, I wasn't expecting it, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was really funny. And but like, so I was trying to figure out like what everything was, and yeah, but I didn't check the staple length, which I should for the Wensleydale, which I think it probably is Wensleydale or maybe Romney, because
one of those or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah, and it wasn't written on the bag. Like there was just random stuff written on the bag, so I don't know.
So years ago, like when I first started knitting and spinning, there was this like estate sale, garage sale type thing in my town, and I went, and it was this like major crafter person lady who must have died, and she like the whole basement was full of like shelves of all sorts of wool, and like I got a bunch of like wooden spindles, and her husband I think must have like used a lathe and like made spindles because she had a bunch of those, and I had bought a lot of stuff from there. That's where you got all this mystery stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy. So then it really made me think, I'm like, what is my house going to look like when I die with all my crafting stuff? Anyways, that's where it came from. And some of it wasn't labeled, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm not sure actually how to figure out what kind of wool it is, but I'll just have to check the staple length when I go to card it together.
Yeah. So, or it's just a mystery wool that you know, figure out depending on how soft and nice it is on what you use it for.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I have to decide what Tour de Fleece teams I want to be on besides the House Cup.
Me too.
I think I might sign up for the Turtle Made one because I usually use the drop spindle when we're at the parade and stuff. So I probably will join that one.
I think I want to do Acreworks because you don't necessarily have to use their bobbins to be on their team, and they're good people. It's always a fun team. I'm always on that one. And House Cup, and I'll probably do Turtle Made too because that's what I spin on.
I need to get myself for Christmas. Remind me when I make my list that I want Acreworks bobbins.
Okay.
Just remind me, because I always forget. I'm gonna write it on my list. I have a list on the wall on the fridge that I'm just gonna write it on and add it. But I need to remind myself to add it.
I like them.
They're remind me on my phone.
So I'm currently spinning on my turtle May. It's growing, the little turtle cop on here. I'm spinning on the Happy Little Clouds Rolegs, which is basically a blue-gray with pops of color.
That's cute.
Depending on what Roleg I pick. And that will be applied with my Unicorn Guts Rolegs that I already spun. Then last week, I think I already talked about these two that I spun, the BFL and the Falkland. I washed them and dried, so they puffed up real nice like, and
oh, those look really nice.
They're pretty. I need to figure out yardage and hand them in because it's like the end of the month already. Crazy. So there's that. And then I had told you I spun up a bobbin of I had two different sets of Rolex that weren't quite 2 ounces. I think this together is like about 3 or 3.5 ounces. So one set was all the pink, and the other set was all different colors. And I just spun them randomly. And then I did a hangout with Hazel and showed her how to Navajo ply.
Oh, how did that go? Did she?
It's fun. It was fun. It was good. She got the hang of it. I mean, you know, and with practice, she'll get better at it. But no, we had fun.
That's my favorite way to fly.
Yeah, I like Navajo flying. So yeah, so that's what this was. It, you know, it's gonna be striped.
Yeah, that looks really nice. That's like a totally you. Like when I see that, I think of you.
Yeah.
Not so just because you bought it, but
the colors, you mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not super pink anymore, but it's still fun. I could see, I don't know.
Or Leah.
Leah might like it too, like a hat or something. Maybe like a sock head hat, even though it's a little thicker than like sock yarn. It's probably like DK weight. I also have to figure out the yardage on this and where to hand it in. But yeah, I like it. It turned out nice. It was fun. And it was fun to spin. And then the last one I spun was some Unwind Yarn Company.
Oh, that's pretty.
I don't have the tag with me right now, but I'm pretty sure it was Superwash, possibly BFL or Merino, I forget, with nylon and maybe bamboo, I forget. I don't know. It was like, you know, a sock blend. And it was two separate things. So like there's the brown that you're going to do for heel and toes.
I remember you showed us that.
Yeah. Did I have it on the bobbin? I didn't ply it, right?
You were spinning the main part and you had the tuft of brown.
Yeah. So I Navajo applied it. And it's sock weight. It's very even or not very even, I mean, but it's thin enough to be sock yarn. So that's, you know, sent out as you plan it. But yeah. So I also have to figure out the yardage on that. But that was fun to spin. And then I didn't spin anything else. I've just been working on those Rolegs on my drop spindle because they're my like take around on my purse thing. That's what I do when I'm out and about or when I'm outside. Because I lent my sidekick to Lauren.
Oh yeah. So. Doesn't she have a ladybug?
She does, but she's making like a sweater quantities worth of yarn, and she wanted to ply it and have big skeins, so she borrowed that.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine. I don't need it right now. But yeah. So yeah, I had to turn those 4 things in. Though actually, I could turn it into 5 classes if I separated the brown and the green.
But I think. Oh yeah. But you put yardage bonus for putting them in the same one, so
Yeah, I don't think it really matters too much. So 4 classes, not bad. So spinning related, it was my birthday, and that's not spinning related. It will be, I swear. My dad gave me an Etsy gift certificate for my birthday, and I spent it.
That was fast.
What?
The birthday was the 22nd, so that was very fast.
Yeah, well, you know, a hole in your pocket or money, whatever. I spent it. I've never had an Etsy gift card before.
Is it an actual like card, or he just like a gift certificate?
No, it was a certificate, but like it has a number and you redeem it, and then it puts like the money into your account, which is kind of really cool. Like I accept them at my shop, but I've never used one or gotten one myself, so it was fun. So it was I had a little bit more money than getting one braid of fiber would account for, so I got two. I got it from Hobbledehoy. This one is called Magic Pony.
It looks like a magic pony.
And it's Polworth and silk, which I love Polworth.
Yes.
And then this one is Mermaid Scales, and that's a little more darker, and it's teal and pink and some black.
Oh, that's pretty too.
But I thought I could mash them together. You know, they're quite similar. And they're both the same Polworth and silk. 85-15 blend. Yeah, because, you know, they go together and they're pretty. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I just got both. But yeah.
That's always a problem to have.
What?
A hard problem to have.
It really is. And I also realized, I don't know if I said this last time when we were podcasting, but I was going through my fiber stash, and like I'm really low on fiber to spin.
What?
Like bought fiber to spin. Obviously, I have a ton of fiber that I've dyed up to make Rolex for. And I have a ton of Rolex that I'm selling. But like, you know, fiber that you buy in my stash, like my stash of fiber has gone down really low. My hand spun stash has gotten very high up. But
is all of yours in Ravelry?
No, well, sort of, but not like completely. Like I did it a few years ago, and I've tried to keep it up to date, but it's not. And I'm okay with that.
Bandwagon.
What?
You should jump on that bandwagon I started. It's so nice to have it up to date because
it is, but then because I did it, I think you helped me a couple of years ago, but like I almost have double entries from when I like had put my fiber stash in, like back before they turned it to like the hand spun option.
They kind of like switched it over though.
Some of it did, but some of it didn't. And then like I spun some of it, so I like would enter it as hand spun or like yarn, you know, instead of like the fiber. And sometimes I have doubles of I don't know, it's confusing, and I don't care that much. I just go and look and see what I have. No, but I want to pull it all up and like reorganize it a little bit because it's kind of like spread around. And I need to go and figure out what I want to spin for Tour de Fleece.
So I finished while we were talking.
That's ginormous.
It is. So, but I'm having problems, like it's falling off the bobbin as I'm trying to wind it on here, so I just took it off. But anyways, that's cool. Yeah, I have to figure out what I'm going to bring for Tour de Fleece and which wheel I'm going to bring.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking we're going to move the back seats out completely.
Because we're coming up here for the 4th of July, for those of you that don't realize that.
We're leaving on Saturday.
I'm excited. How long are you staying?
Then we'll leave the next Saturday for a week.
Awesome. The kids are like, can they stay for 2 weeks? I'm like, I don't think so. They probably have things.
Madison only took off for 1 week, and she's like working all this week.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so Tour de Fleece, I have to figure out what yarn, what fiber I want to bring, and then I need to figure out what wheel and all that stuff.
I know. It's exciting.
So, okay.
So that's what I have to do too. I'm going to pile my yarn together and figure out what to do. And I need to sign up for the, different teams. I can't believe it's
like hard to sign up for. Just say I'm in.
What?
It's not like super hard to sign up for. You just say I'm in.
But like I just need to do it. Like it's only a few days away. It's crazy.
I know this.
I
need to find my. Oh, it's out there. So yeah, but well, let's get to the next section. Sewing.
Sorry.
I have sewing to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
So as you know, like I've been doing updates, trying to do an update a week, and I have like a show coming up in July, and I've been sewing for that. But then I kind of needed to. I was ironing for that, which is a lot. Like I pay Madison and Bella to do it, but they just are not interested in helping me right now. So I was ironing for like a week straight. And I was so sick, I had to like do some sort of sewing. So I pulled out this fabric that I had of Andy's and made him like an extra long bag. So it's longer than my typical box bags, but the fabric is kind of like plasticky. So it's like he's going to use it for his toiletries.
Okay.
So I had gotten this fabric for him and I was going to make him a bag. And that was like at least 6 months ago. So I then also made him this bag, which is one of those drawstring backpacks.
Very cool.
And it turned out really nice. And it was really easy. And of course, it's like basketballs inside. So I made that. Then I still was in this like sewing mode. So I got this. As you know, I do Young Living, which is an essential oil company. And I have a diffuser, and I saw online a bunch of people had these bags like that carry the diffuser and the oils. And since we're coming up to visit with you, I wanted to bring mine. And so I sewed a bag. And it might look cool, but I am never, ever sewing a cylinder again. It was horrible. I even did the math. Like I followed a pattern. So it was an 8-inch circle. And then I took the length to figure out the length of the sides. You take pi times the diameter. And I did all the math. And it was just, there's bunching and it's not fun. Like, look, it's like all bunched right here. Good thing it was only for myself. And I was using fabric scraps, as you can tell, because it's like different half and bottom and back. But the inside, I put elastic in so I could put the essential oil bottles in and like put the diffuser in. And then here's for like the diffuser, the battery or plug part. And then you just zip it and carry it around. But people who sew circle cylinders, more power to them, because that sucked. Not fun at all. So it's like the worst bag I've ever made in my whole life. And I can't believe I'm showing you guys because it's that bad.
That's hilarious.
But I'm going to use the heck out of this thing. And I use this blue fabric that has like different cups of like coffee and stuff on there. So, but yeah. So the worst bag in the world. But it looks cool.
Doesn't look that bad.
So binging. Have you been binging anything?
A little bit. I finished that second book in the Others series, and I started the third, which is Vision in Silver. And it's going good. But I'm enjoying them. They're good listening.
Yeah, it's like a little bit slower paced at times, but I like it.
But I mean, it's fine for what I'm doing. You know, I'm not really, whatever. So that's what I'm reading. And then, oh, I forgot to put this on there. Watching, for some reason, I started up watching The Heart of Dixie again. And I've been watching a little bit of that at night. But otherwise, not much. We've been doing projects outside, which I'll talk about more later.
So I finished up Etched in Bone, which is the last book in the other series. Like I finished rereading it.
Okay.
And crap, I just realized this. I wrapped this one wrong. Problems when you're not paying attention. And then I read The Veil, which is the book by Chloe Neal that you said you read and liked, and I really did like that one. And then I started and I should have got on Audible. I should have got the other book,
the Sight
series, but I didn't. I picked up because I wasn't sure if I would like it, so I didn't want to commit to buying the first and second.
Yeah.
So I picked this other book called Bloodfire. It's like this human living with werewolves and they're not supposed to, blah blah blah. I just started it, but the lady who's reading it, and they're like in England, so, and the lady who's reading it has like an English accent, so it's kind of a joy to listen to. But yeah, but we've been I watched like straight up binged the 4th season of Orphan Black. Like I finished it and I watched the first episode of the 5th season, which is the last season that they have on BBC currently, and you can watch it. We have Sling TV, so I can go in the channel and watch it there, but I think you can watch it on their website. But yeah, so I'm really liking that. And then with Bella, we're watching Primeval, and she really likes that, and like we've been binge watching that too because she really likes it. Like I was ironing a lot, so I did a lot of binge watching. And then for myself, like when I make the kids go to bed, which Madison is not happy about, I watch Bitten. I've been watching Bitten, so
that's funny.
Oh, and as Andy and I have been doing, the last time I had a show, we were at Walmart and they had the Resident Evil movies.
Okay.
In a box, like one kit, one box, all 6 of them. And so far we've been watching them and we've seen through 4. I don't remember if we've seen 5. I think we have. But, because the 6th one just came out on DVD. So I got the box. So we've been watching those. So we're on the 4th one. Well, we just finished the 4th one. But now that Bella's at camp, we've been watching them with Madison. So
that's fun.
But yeah. So that's what we're doing watching wise. But like I said, there hasn't been much watching because
it's summer.
Been doing stuff, and it's summer. So okay. Sorry. I unwound it. Now I can refix this.
That's okay. What was I gonna say? Random randomness?
Yes.
All right. So last time I told you that our neighbor was gonna give us a deck, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had to take it apart, which is fine, they're giving it to us for free. And so that's what we've been doing over the past week. Taking it down, which was a pain because some of the screws wouldn't come out.
Oh no.
And then, we had to pry it apart. And luckily another neighbor helped Joe tear it apart. So I'll show you a picture too. Oops. All right, so that's the deck and Joe and Sherman. At their house, taking it down. Yeah, so we spent a few days, 3 or 4 days, actually taking it apart, and you have to take all the top off, and then the supports and blah blah blah. And then so the actual boards that you walk on, the screws they were driven down,
yeah,
a little bit, more so than what where the level of the wood would be. So I had to like take and they like stained it, which is normal, right? But I had to take like a tiny little screwdriver and like dig out the holes before Joe could like drill them out because they were like covered
Right.
in years of, you know, debris and whatever, and the paint and, or not paint, but the stain, you know. So I had to like scrape everything out so Joe could get the screw down there. Most of the screws came out. And the ones that they didn't, Joe and our neighbor Mike like used crowbars and like ripped them off. So it was quite the production. But then, so this is like a giant pile of wood, which is a lot of lumber. Like if we would have had to like buy that ourselves, it'd be a ton of money. So I'm super thankful that they're letting us do that. They actually got a quote from people because they're going to be like putting patio stones in or something where it was. But they got a quote to have it torn down and taken away. They would have charged them like $1,000.
For real?
Yeah, to like take it down and then like haul all the wood away. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So then the past 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Joe and I we rented a post hole digger and we dug holes and cemented in posts, and then put it up. So that's at the back of our house. So it's getting there. Now all we have to do is put up the, you know, the final layer that you actually walk on, and then it has railings. And we're kind of configuring it a little differently. Like the stairs aren't going to be where they were at their house. They're going to be different. But the shape of the deck is the same.
Are you going to have the stairs coming towards the yard or towards
the yard?
Okay, so it's going to be this way instead of
there's like a diagonal, like so half of it is square, I'll say it's square, and then another half is like angled, and then it comes down. So like I don't know, there's like a skinny side, but we're gonna have the stairs go off the diagonal, and then we're gonna build a little bit extra part of a deck, like 4 feet, to come over to where our dining room is, which is right next to me, and we want to put sliding glass doors on there, and that, you know, so you can walk out onto it, but that won't happen right now.
Like, are the doors going to be around the side of the house or where the windows are?
Just where the windows are. We'll rip the windows out and put doors there.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
like
so I because I know, like, if you were building more around the side, then it would be
like here, like I'll turn this, you guys. So like those doors will get, or those windows will be doors.
That's cool.
Don't mind the messy room.
No,
but yeah, so I'm super excited. And when they first said they were going to give it to us, Joe's like, I'm like, it'd be so cool if it was done for the 4th of July when the Williams are here. It's like, it's not going to happen. I'm like, oh, it will. So I've been very persistent and like, not whining, but like making him do stuff. And like, I'm helping too, but like yesterday he had off all day. And it was like a long day. I think we got up at like 7:30 and we're outside by 8 in the morning, like doing stuff. It was crazy. And then we were, I think the last couple screws we did, like I was holding my phone's flashlight up so he could do it. It was like dark out. It was like 9:30 by the time we came in. So it was like long days.
Yeah.
And then of course, like half the time, like you forget something and we had to run to Home Depot. I swear we went 5 times in the last 24 hours. It was insane and stupid. I hate that. And the worst part was, I was like, are you sure we have a drill bit to make? Because like you had to go through for the supports, the very thing that most everything sits on. Like it's like 2 2x10s and then a 4x4 post and another 2x2. So you need like this big long bolt that goes through it. I'm like, do you have a drill bit that'll like go through the whole thing? He's like, oh yeah, sure. Well, we get home and he doesn't. I'm like, ugh. So bad.
Yeah, but you know, if you had bought it, you would have had like 2 other ones.
Right. So I was like, well, let's ask our neighbors if they have one. So we went and like rummaged through their stuff and they didn't have one. So then we like went to Home Depot to get it. And then we came back. And then our other neighbor, like 2 hours later, is like, oh, I have one of those. I'm like, ah. I'm like,
where were you 2 hours earlier?
I know. But no, it's coming along. You know, it's not going to be perfect or anything, but I'm excited for it. I don't really care. We'll restain it eventually.
And it like does what it's supposed to do. You're good to go.
I'm just excited to go be able to sit out there and spin while the kids are playing.
Are you gonna paint
it? Yeah, we'll stain it or paint it or something.
Because I noticed it was white on the bottom when you were taking it down, but did you turn the boards the other way?
No, it's gray. Like they stained it gray, and then like the railings and like I'll say accents are white.
Oh, okay. That's cool though.
But yeah, no, and like it, yeah, so it's not gonna look great until we stain it or whatever. But
yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
No, I don't care. I'm not like that. So yeah, super excited. So that's what we've been doing for like the past week. So I haven't really done much of anything else, which is okay. The chickens are getting big. Like they started out like, you know, this big. You could fit one in your hand. They're like this big now. They're like huge.
How fast?
But they're getting big. But I feel bad for them because they're getting big. But today is cold out and rainy, so they can't be outside because they're too lit. You know, they need to stay warm. They don't have their regular feathers to stay outside when it's cold. So they're still inside of the garage in a tiny little, not tiny box, but it's a big box, but it's little because they're getting so big. So I can't wait for a few more weeks when they have all their normal feathers, adult feathers, and they can be outside for good.
I was going to ask you, like, how much longer till they get them?
I think they said 6 weeks old. So they're about 3.
And then you have to wait, what, 6 weeks till they start laying eggs? 6 months, I mean? Till you get eggs?
About 4, like when they're 20 weeks old.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Oh, they're almost 4 weeks now. So 2 more weeks and then they can be outside. They're in their like ugly teenager stage right now.
Phase.
They like, I don't know if I have a current picture of them. I didn't take a picture the last couple days. Been too busy with no, not really. So they have like their wings and like the backs of them have like more feathers, but their necks have like kind of like the baby fuzz that's like somewhat falling out. So they're kind of real ugly right now.
That's funny though.
But they're still fun to watch and stuff. But yeah.
I told you last time about Madison where she works. It's right by a yarn store.
Yeah, because you stopped with Bella.
Okay, so I stopped again this week on Monday, and I picked up the yarn crawl bag, which was $12, and then you get like little tickets to enter in for raffles that each of the yarn stores for this yarn crawl are having, and then you get a passport, which I need to fill it out. But you get a passport and it has like all of the shops on here and like their hours, so you can plan
where to go
your yarn trip. So I have a friend who I actually met through my Bible study that goes out there and knits, and I was asking her if she was going, if she had any plan, and she was like, no, but I would love to get together with you and do like a yarn crawl day. So we're gonna do that. That's showing up backwards on my screen. Is it showing up forwards on yours?
No, it's backwards and upside down.
Oh, well, upside down.
There we go. That's right.
Okay. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing. But this is the bag. So it's like burlap, but inside it's got like a waterproof lining.
That's nice.
Like probably they ironed it on because, you know, like burlap is not the most washable stuff, if at all. But yeah, so it's just like a small tote bag, like a grocery bag to carry your stuff around. But I thought that was pretty nice for $12. And then there's this pocket on the front.
That is.
Yeah. So I stopped and picked that up on Monday, which was the day of the car driving. So we took Bella to camp on Monday. So we were in the car for that. We dropped her off. And then we drove back, and Madison was with us. And then we had to take Madison to work. And then we stopped at the yard store and then came home for like an hour. And then we had to go back. Okay, it was longer than an hour. And then we had to go pick up Madison from work. So yeah, the day of the car. It was not fun, but I got a lot of my crocheting done, so not too bad.
I did a lot of driving on Monday as well. Trubin and Chloe went up to camp, but ours is like almost 3 hours away. So we left at like 10 in the morning, and I didn't get home till 4:30 at night.
Yeah, so ours is an hour and like 20 minutes away, so it's not that bad.
No. I mean, and I'm sure I could find a closer one, but I really like Lindgren.
And Madison went to her last one a couple weeks ago, and this is Bella's, like, she's in the 6th and 7th grade one. So then next year it'll be 8th and 9th, and then the year after it'll be the high school. But she's been going to it since, like, they do it like going into 2nd grade and going into 3rd grade. They have like a weekend to see if the kids like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure if she would, so we did that like how many years ago, and she loved it. So we always try to send them back every year because she really likes it.
Yeah,
so
Trubin was a little nervous.
Oh, I bet he has a ton of fun.
But I'm sure he did. I mean, he was in a cabin with a bunch of other little boys, and a couple of them was their first time as well.
Yeah, it's always fun. Oh, I put a note because I was going to tell you about this last week, but I didn't. So I have a couple of things to talk about. So first I want to show you, I downloaded, this is my tablet, and I just have it upstairs for like reading books or playing games, mainly Neko Atsume, which is the cat game. And then the 2048 cat one that meows. So I found this other one. See what that says? Alpaca Word. Okay, so I think their little thumbnail is broken because it's really Alpaca World.
That's funny.
So what you do is you get like a team of alpacas and you have them in your farm, and then you go out on trips and you can attack and battle other alpacas, and sometimes you can catch them if you have enough room. So like this is what my farm looks like, and these are all my alpacas, and then you collect their wool once a day, and then you can turn it in and buy more houses for them. Isn't that fun? But then if you like click on them, it'll take you to them, and you can give them hats and stuff.
That's great.
So then like there's one that I gave little horns. This one has horns. And then I gave another one bow. And then you can breed them too. And so you can catch them, and they have all different colors, and there's all these different color combinations, but you like level them up and you get anyway. So I found that the other day, and I've been playing it ever since because it's awesome. It's like the most fun, like dorky game ever. So but yeah, but no, I brought up, I've been as you know, I'm a Jamberry consultant, but I've been making nail art studio is where you create your own wraps. So they came out with this some other consultants made this new app that they're working on that you can actually get on your phone. It's called the NAS app. And if I can get my phone to open. So if you see right there, that purple one right there on the bottom,
mm-hmm.
And it has a list of all of the nail art studio designers, like different, not all of them. The people, you have to like register and submit your design so they put it on the app, which I'm in the process of doing. Like you can do a mass upload, but so while I was doing that, I created a few more wraps. So those ones were ones I've had for a while, but I created this new one that's a green chevron, like, okay. And then I made a couple of new ones. Like they just got approved. Oh, and I thought of you for this one. It's a chevron orange one.
Okay.
Sorry, there's like a big glare. But if you go, and then I made a new one, a rainbow knit one. Like, so I've been taking things that I've knit and taking pictures and put them on there. Trying to make more wraps because I have a bunch of knitted ones and woven ones. And if you're in Slytherin, this one right here is a Slytherin one. Let me click on it. I got that one approved, but the other ones they haven't approved, so I don't know. Because I don't have like any Slytherin. It doesn't say Slytherin on there, and I created it myself, like with my it's pretty basic with my Acrobat Adobe. So like there's their like the ties, socks, and then like a shirt, sweater. So like I tried to do it with the other colors for houses, but for whatever reason they just are flagged and people they don't. But the Slytherin one was approved. But yeah, so I've been like working on that, trying to get my designs in this NAS app because anyone can buy them. If you live in America or Canada, you can buy the nail art studio wraps. They're just $19.50 instead of the traditional $15, but they're $19.50 and you can buy them and you don't have to pay a setup fee or anything anymore. You just pay $19.50. So that's pretty cool. And if you think about it, like if you're buying the licensed wraps, like the Disney or the Snoopy ones, or they came out with new Mickey Mouse ones, those are $18 because you're paying for the license. So it's not too much more for them to be printed for yourself. So anyways, but that's what I've been doing a little bit. And like we're redoing the website for the school. So we've been working on that. It's been a little crazy. Like I said, I haven't been watching too much TV or doing too much sewing.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
But yeah, no, you guys have to check out that Alpaca World. Now this is an Android phone, so I'm not sure if it's on Apple things, but yeah, it's like so much fun. So you have a team. I'm still talking about this, and I'm such a dork. So you have a team. So these 4 are on my team. You can only have 4, and then if you go to travel, you can go and you like do battles. It's so much fun. Like whoever made it is awesome. So then you like walk around until you meet like a wild alpaca. And of course it's not going to happen. Oh, there we go. So there's a wild alpaca, and then you have to attack them, kind of like Pokemon.
That's hilarious. That's why you love it.
And then sometimes you get wool, and oh, my guy leveled up, which is good. And sometimes you'll get wool that you can sell from the people that you attacked, but sometimes you can catch them if you have a rope. But you have to have space in your farm to catch them. So
that's funny.
It is. It's like so fun. And it's just like small stuff, or like if you play Candy Crush, stuff like that.
I like Candy Crush.
Alpaca World is what it's called.
I might have to look that. But I don't want to be addicted because then I'm glued to my phone and that's not cool. Speaking of phones, look at my kids got me this for my birthday. It's a pop socket for your phone.
Oh, cool.
So it like, but like so you can hold it like that.
That's awesome. I've seen some, like they had some for Jamberry a while ago.
Yeah, it just pops down. It's kind of cool.
And then if you pop it up, can it stand up?
The position I have it in, it can stand like this. It like
okay. So like what?
I think if you would put it down a little lower, you can have it stand up.
That's cool.
But you can, and it just sticks on. Like you can pry it off, and they say you can wash it off and let it air dry, and you can re-stick it wherever you want it.
Really? Where did they get that? That's cool. I kind of want one.
I don't know. It is cool. It's like those collapsible cups. Remember those little cups that like you used to like fold up and like you could push down? That's like all it is. It's like rubber. It's cool though. I like it.
That's cool.
It's handy.
That is. And we are just randomly talking about random stuff.
You're like, shut up.
No, because I talked about alpaca world for like how many minutes. Yeah, so thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys maybe next week when we're all together. Maybe we'll get Lauren with us again.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then if not, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.